Good morning. This is Jonathan Gorman from iCreative, and today we're going to learn about customizing the Control Center, which is a brand new feature in iOS 18. To get started, the first thing that we're going to remember is that to get to Control Center, you're going to start by swiping from the very, very top edge of your physical iPhone screen and then pull down. So we're starting kind of above where you can see the battery icon, and we're just going to swipe down top right. Some people will accidentally not go high enough into that top right corner, and when they pull down, they get search instead, and that's not what we wanted. So once we pull down from the top right hand corner, we're going to get to Control Center. And this has kind of a new look and a new feel to it, and there's lots of new things happening. You can see on the far right side, there's a heart icon, the little music notes icon, the home icon, and then also cellular and Wi-Fi icon as well. These are showing us that I can actually swipe down to advance to different pages of controls, which is really kind of neat because now I can have all these wonderful controls at my fingertips and I can have different sets of them based on the need. This saves me from having to go into an app, get to a very specific control, turn that on or off. And this really gives me a shortcut to things that I might find very useful. Now, if I swipe down one more time, to get to a brand new page. So now you can see that I've got a heart, the music icons, home, wireless, and then this new circle. This is a brand new, totally empty page that I can start to add controls. If I click on Add a Control at the bottom, I'm now brought to this screen which shows me all of these wonderful tools that I can start to integrate into my Control Center. I can really personalize what things I would benefit from having shortcuts to. Let's say that I'm going to be traveling and I'd like to add the translate. So I'm going to tap on translate and it automatically adds it as a small icon, the circular version on this new page. Well, the neat thing is in the bottom right hand corner of that circle, you'll notice that there's a little handle. And if I drag on that, I can start to make the little widget for the translate button a lot bigger. Maybe that's just easier for me to manage. Maybe I'll make it about this size. And so that makes it so that it's very easy for me to touch it and know exactly what that is. I'm not looking at this small icon. I'm going to go add a few more. And a really handy one that I think a lot of people don't know about is the one for the controlling your Apple TV. So let's go see if we can find the one for the Apple TV. It's called Remote, and there it is. So I'm just going to tap on the remote icon, and it adds that. And I'm going to make that a little bit bigger just by dragging it out, because that one is actually super handy. Maybe I can't find my little Apple TV remote. It's stuck in the couch cushion somewhere. Well, this gives me a wonderful ability to not only control the Apple TV, but if I'm going to be typing something on Apple TV, I get a full-blown keyboard on my iPhone. That's very, very handy to know about if you use Apple TV with any regularity. So I'm now going to add a full row just beneath the remote of the smaller ones so we can get a feel for what that's like. So I'm going to click on Add a Control. And this time I'll do the magnifier. I'll go to Add a Control again. Let's put the alarm clock in there. Add a control again. Click on timer. Add a control again. And we're actually going to put one for Shazam, the music recognition service. So the one that looks like kind of like an S, is now going to be there as well. That one's really neat because if I'm in a restaurant and I hear a really cool song, I can tap on that button and it listens and identifies what the song is and then allows me to open that in Apple Music. I use that feature all the time. I think it's really great. So I can keep going and adding controls that might have an even bigger interface. Let's see what that would look like. Let's go to connectivity. I'm going to tap on this large square. Can I make that any bigger? Well, it doesn't look like I can. Oh, well, look at that. Well, I added one that was so big, it actually added its own new page. And that isn't necessarily what I wanted to do. Now you'll notice on the right-hand side of the screen, I actually have two of those wireless icons, which means two dedicated pages just to wireless. That's not at all what I wanted. So I'm going to tap on the top left on that little minus button to make that go away entirely. I'm going to swipe back up to the page that I was working on, and let's go back to add a control. Playing with these features is really the name of the game. You get in, you start, moving icons around, determine what the behavior is, and figure out what works for you. And it's really fun once you kind of get the hang of it. I'm going to add maybe one more with brightness. And I'm going to add another control maybe for text size, another control maybe for my volume. Now, if I can't find volume, I wonder if I can just search at the top. And there it is. Clicking on volume adds that right there as well. And now if I'm happy, I can just tap anywhere outside of these icons and it saves my changes. So that gives you a way to look at and play with some of these neat new features in the Control Center. Get in there and play with it. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it, and you're going to customize it so that it really benefits you while you're out and about. Hope this helps. Have a great day.